this planet than the human heart that was placed inside you. You are magnificent. You are a wondrous work of God and nature and the universe.
WorldFest is one of the only environmental festivals that links compassion with the environmental movement, specifically compassion towards animals.
Vegan events, they really love my food because it's Jamaican cuisine with Jamaican spices.
Wow.
And I buy my spices in Jamaica. I buy the curry and the jerk seasoning, and I use natural ingredients.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the most popular item on Strictly Vegan's menu?
The reggae wrap and the One Love salad.
The reggae wrap. Right. Load that up.
Life without music, I can't go.
Sauce got us started in 2001 on a dare from my friends. They challenged me to use my dad's barbecue sauce recipe and not get old and wonder what if I'd ever done something with that recipe.
Really?
Yeah. So I started the sauce company and I added spices about 6 or 7 years ago, and then just recently added a line of caramel corn using some of my spices and one of the peppers from my Sweet Red Devil sauce.
So you won the dare.
Yeah, apparently, yes. Yeah, apparently I won the dare.
Tell us a little bit about your involvement with cancer research and how your product helps that.
Well, ovarian cancer touched my life. Unfortunately, my cousin passed away from ovarian cancer, and so I give a portion of all of my my proceeds to Ovarian Cancer Research Fund, OCRF. So it's a little bit of a personal connection, and I like to give back.
So what is your favorite recipe?
A sweet and spicy eggplant, grilled with a little bit of gorgonzola, and I kind of stack it up like a little Napoleon. So there's a ring of eggplant with a little blue cheese, a little gorgonzola, and then another ring, a little more cheese, another ring, a little more cheese.
Keep going, keep going.
Super decorative. It's like a little tower of sweet and spicy glaze.
And what's the most popular product that you have here?
Actually, that same sauce, or my barbecue sweet heat rub, which is the dry ingredients for that sauce. That seems to play with most people's taste buds. It's very popular, that sweet and spicy kind of juxtaposition of flavors in your mouth.
You keep on running from those flashing little bees of light, the shadows and I keep on running from those flashing little bees of light, the shadows and
Tell us a little bit about Parmella.
It's a non-dairy vegan Parmesan cheese. It's nut-based with nutritional yeast. We ferment it and we make it taste as close to the dairy Parmesan cheese.
How did this all come about?
For vegans, I mean, I guess it's the hardest thing is to give up cheese. So we just thought that we would add to the vegan community and create a vegan Parmesan cheese product that everybody will love.
Parmella nut cheese. Oh yeah. Can I just stick my face in that? Tub o' cheese. I love it.
So nuts and nut butters, are they okay to consume on a daily basis? If you're trying to lose weight, you want to have less of them. If you're fine and you look like you're fine, then you can have some of them. They're healthy. It's a whole food.
What are we sampling here?
This is a probiotic drink, a very effective probiotic drink. It's a high concentration of this discovery of a very unique strain of Acidophilus, helping to work your entire GI tract. So good for digestion, your immune system.
So after a day like today when you're eating a lot of food, you come over here and do a shot.
Especially also in the heat, because heat messes with our internal flora. We're actually used in hospitals. So 2 hours after an antibiotic, you get BioK Plus to help to go up against and inhibit the side effects from antibiotics.
So belly up to the bar, boys.
Yes.
Well, guys, we get to play games in the boring show. And the games are super boring games. Let me tell you about them. Our first game is called nap time. No. Well then, I got a game called Eat Up Every Vegetable. Well, the winner is going to get to clean their room. And then we will play Clean My Room. And then I got a game called Take Out the Garbage.
Yeah, that's good.
And how about a free lesson on how to change a diaper? Oh, no, it's right there. Don't you see? All right, guys, hold on. This isn't working so good. Let me think. What am I going to do? I know what to do. Hey, what is that back there? Look! Look! Look!
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I thought there was something back there. Hey, let's try the magic again. I think it's gonna work. Alakazam, alakazam, totally worked. Thank you! Thank you! What? No, I put it back with magic. Thank you. What? Ah! You saw me use my hand? You saw me use my hand? Who brought you here today, kid?
When my daughter was 5 years old, we were looking for a birthday cake that didn't have sugar in it or any kind of chemicals or preservatives because she was chemically sensitive and had food sensitivities.
Oh, wow.
And I found Fave's vegan carrot cake, and she turned 27 this year. And I asked her what she wanted for her birthday cake, and she said, I want Fave's. The funny thing is she didn't know it was vegan until last year. They only use natural ingredients. They're all real ingredients. There's no preservatives. It's sweetened with fruits, veggies, and grains. Rice syrup and beet syrup.
What do you anticipate being the most popular product?
It will probably be a gluten-free or maybe the chocolate chip.
Can't go wrong with chocolate chip.
Especially here at World Fest.
Let's try the chocolate.
That's why we did it. We didn't make it.
Thank you very much.
Taya has been a vegan since she was 3 years old. So every time she goes to a party, they have to bring vegan food. And if you know kids, kids want what the cool kid, this is the cool kid, what the cool kids eat. So she has literally, without knowing, turned these kids into vegans, demanding that their parents don't feed them dead animals. As she would say, it's a bird.
Vegan. We also use all fair trade ingredients as well as organic ingredients.
Nice.
We use all biodegradable and compostable packaging. A lot of our stuff is things that you would find traditionally in a conventional bakery. So that's kind of what we strive for, is something that people can relate to. Something like grandma's cooking, but with a vegan, organic, eco-friendly, and fair trade flair.
What is your most popular product?
Cupcakes. Always cupcakes.
Which cupcake?
Peanut butter chocolate.
Wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. Wow.
Thank you. And also, we use a biodegradable liner that has no bleach, so that the baking process is even eco-friendly as well as safe for the consumer.
We love the shush. We love the shush.
Stay Vocal is a certified green reused apparel brand. We rescue t-shirts and give them a second life. So basically we get either used t-shirts or t-shirts that were brand new but were going to be destroyed for whatever reason, and then we print on the inside, cover the original logo with a patch, or sometimes we just incorporate our design into the original one if it's cool. But a big campaign that we've been working on for the past year is the fact that it takes 400 gallons of water to grow the cotton for just one t-shirt. So each time you buy a reused t-shirt versus a new t-shirt, you're helping save 400 gallons of water. So we actually created a whole water saver logo and campaign, and each one comes personally numbered, you know, so you know how many gallons of water you've helped save with that purchase.
My husband and I were both vegan and wanted to wear a t-shirt, because that's what Americans do, and that reflected our values, and we couldn't find one anywhere that we liked, that looked good, that was fashionable, so we decided to start our own company.
What's your most popular product?
You know, it changes over the years, but the cow hugger design.
And why do you think this is the most popular, or this has been the most popular one?
You know, I think that it's very whimsical. It's, you know, who doesn't love a little girl, like, hugging a cow? Another one that's really popular is now the only kale can save us now. Kale is so in vogue.
One night only. That's what she told me. Step over closer.
Blissful Moon sells fair trade, handcrafted hip clothing from Nepal.
Oh.
So what they use is organic cottons, vegetable dyes. So the colors stay real bright and vibrant.
Nice.
A lot of things are stone washed, so they're pre-washed, they will not shrink.
Okay.
They make everything in small batches, so whatever you buy is a unique piece that you'll cherish for a long time. You won't see yourself walking up and down the street with somebody else wearing it.
Oh, that's key.
And what I'm proud to say is that it's fair trade, so the people I buy the clothing from, who are from Nepal, have their families working back home, and they put money into their educational and health needs. So if there's a family that has some crises with a health need, the company donates money to them. They make sure all the kids have enough money to get their books and their uniforms for school.
Perfect.
It's a win-win.
Well, I want you forever. No, not just piece of mind. Please say you believe until the end of time. But just a teeny
Rarity is a t-shirt company, and we feature graphics of endangered and threatened species, and we donate $1 to wildlife conservation and animal welfare. We donate to Mercy for Animals, which is an organization who promotes vegan and vegetarian diets. We also donate to Jungle Fringe, which is a primate sanctuary for abused primates. And then we also donate to Wildlife Way Station, which is in Los Angeles Forest, and it's an exotic animal sanctuary for retired circus animals, laboratory animals, anything that can take in an animal that's been abused or not treated right. So.
Cool. Oh, the panda tea? Yes. Okay. Great white shark.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to walk beside you in the afternoon, to hold your little hand in mine, to feel your warmth, your strength, your tenderness and vision. And I'm glad to walk beside you. Oh, and I'm glad. And I'm glad.
Booklets that have information about how animals are treated in the food system. Animal agribusiness is not the old McDonald's farm type reality. It's concentration camps, warehouses,
caged animals, confined so they can't turn around. They're in their own feces.
Oh my.
Their bodies are mutilated with no painkillers because that's an expense. So basically the industry is fueled and profited by greed and on an innocent being that can't defend themselves.
Can you describe what ethical eating is?
In short, really it is being mindful of what it took to get the food product on your plate. Meat, milk, and eggs are products from animals that are not taken in a respectable means. In fact, the way the animals in the food system are treated, it's so horrific that if you were to treat a dog or a cat that way, you would go to prison immediately. If a veterinarian did not administer pain meds to a dog or a cat prior to castration, they would lose their license. But these are routine behaviors done to animals in the food system. So ethical eating is being mindful of what it took to get this food product, not just on the cruelty for the animals specifically, but also the toll it takes on the environment. It's very resource intensive and pollution intensive to maintain animals as food, confine them, their waste is confined, there's methane and nitrates and transportation of them to the slaughter plants. It takes a lot of fossil fuels and processing. And so the whole thing is just choosing your food sources that are not irresponsibly creating harm on the bigger picture.
It took 16 times more fossil fuels to produce the meat meal. So, the way we eat has impacts on animals and on the environment in a huge way. We cannot afford to be producing food the way we are now. It takes so much grain to feed animals, to fatten them for meat, milk, and eggs. It takes lots of water to raise these animals. It takes lots of water to slaughter these animals. One slaughterhouse will use 1.5 million gallons of water a day, for example. So this is an enormously wasteful system, and it is one that has been subsidized by taxpayers.
Herbseals.org started in 2004, and we're an all-volunteer group of 501c nonprofit that is dedicated to stopping the Canadian seal hunt. This horrible hunt that takes place on the ice floes of eastern Canada every spring when the baby seals are born.
What's one thing that somebody can do today to stop this?
Okay. As U.S. citizens, our best effort to try to put a stop to this is to boycott Canadian seafood. Seal products, the seal fur, which is what this hunt is all about, it's about killing these animals, skinning them for their fur. That fur is sold in other markets around the world. However, in the United States, it's illegal in the United States, and it has been illegal since 1972. But what we can do as U.S. citizens is boycott the Canadian fishing industry, because it is the fishermen of Canada that are killing the seals, and we buy 70% of the seafood that Canada produces. So that gives us tremendous power as U.S. consumers to tell the Canadian fishing industry to stop killing the seals, or we're not buying their products anymore.
Mercy for Animals is a national nonprofit, and we believe that animals have inherent interests and therefore rights. So we're out here at World Fest today talking to people about how their dietary choices impact the animals, the environment, and their health.
And what can people do right now to get involved?
If you go to www.mercyforanimals.org, there are tons of volunteer opportunities. We're out at events almost every single day in the LA area and also in the other cities where we're active.
Tell us a little bit about the Compassionate Living magazine.
The Compassionate Living magazine comes out about twice a year, and it talks about the current issues that we have, about some of the campaigns that we're working on, some of the investigations that we have ongoing, and the different news stories that we've been in throughout the year.
What is the most interesting fact that people should know about greyhounds?
They're lazy. They earned the name 45-mile-an-hour couch potatoes. This is their normal mode. CalGap is an organization that represents the 9 adoption groups that are in Southern California. And those groups have about 200 dogs available all the time for adoption.
Greyhounds in their normal environment.
Isn't even over to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool. Rule my world. Ain't no particular sound, no compatible will. I just go on till it's the time in your kills.
A blanket can be in a shelter between life and death of an animal because from being depressed and nervous and full of anxiety, their immune system goes down on a cement floor or a wire cage in a cat. It improves their personality. They become happier, relaxed, they feel safe and secure, which increases their chances of being adopted, which saves lives. About 8 years ago, we adopted a beautiful 4-month puppy, and it was found on a desert highway in Palmdale. And I had an anxiety attack the first night because I never had a pet in my life, and my husband grew up with animals. But by the 3rd day, it was in her bed, but I still didn't understand a bond between an animal. So after a few months, I went to doggy school, and I learned all the things you need to know about commands. Well, it just grew from there. It just started with taking blankets and towels from your linen closet. It was recycled, or new items if you wanted to, and helping our local shelter. And we've collected 700,000 items, and in 60 drop-off locations. Now it's not just blankets and towels, it's anything pet related, from dog igloos to crates to treats, pet clothes.
I just want your extra time in your kids.
Well, I have 2 beautiful dogs, Sarah Bear and Bounty Girl. Well, Sarah Bear has passed away. They've always had dietary requirements. Sarah Bear had Cushing's disease. She had to be in a low-protein diet. Bounty had food allergies to corn, peanut butter, soy. And I started making their treats and carrying them in my backpack and sharing them with the dogs in Venice. Pretty soon people wanted to buy them.
What's the most popular treat that we have here?
Everyone loves my kale chips. They're vegan, all organic and natural.
What are these made with?
The dough is quinoa with zucchini and flaxseed. I don't use any eggs.
And you make all these by yourself?
Yes.
Now, can people eat these treats too?
Yes. So do you like sweets?
I do like sweets.
I highly recommend my peanut butter. It's actually the Nutty Kisses.
I'm eating a dog treat. You dare me? Okay, here we go. It's actually not bad.
It's pretty good!
Well, we have a dog and a cat, and we feed them all natural, organic foods, and they're both vegan. They're our children, so we believe in feeding them as good as we eat.
Sure.
I just got really excited. I decided, well, there's got to be more people out there like me. And I started to accumulate all these different companies that had all these natural products.
Okay.
Plus, everything is earth-friendly, so we have like toys made out of recycled fire hoses.
Wow.
Recycled rubber. We have cat toys made from natural hemp. All the food is just real natural. There's no fillers.
What's the most popular product?
Today we sold out of almost all Sam's Yams products, which are just made from yams. They're dried yams, and they have almost a rawhide texture to them, so they can just chew on them.
That we have a documentary coming out in the fall. It's called The Paw Project, and it is about the crusade to help cats and protect them from, unfortunately, having to protect them from their doctors. Declawing is done on as many as 25% of American cats, and it is one of the cruelest things because it's their doctors doing it to them.
Living like a cat on the edge of sleep. I can't get enough of anything. Nothing tastes good. I don't wanna eat. I wanna wanna kill something. I wanna kill something. Rub my tail, make me stand up straight. Arch my back and embrace my fate. Stroke my whiskers and I love you tonight. But I won't say I'm not gonna slip out later for a fight.
We are a health and environmental organization that promotes plant-based diet. We are trying to enlighten people about the poisons that are being foisted on us by Big Pharma. There's really only one movement.
What's that?
And that is a movement for change and for healing.
And what are the most pressing issues that PRISM is working on right now?
We're trying to enlighten people that their children don't have to be vaccinated to take them to school.
Oh.
In our legislature here in California, it's already passed the assembly that they can force you to get vaccinated or not go to public school. We're trying to enlighten people not only that right now we're still free, but we're about to lose that freedom if we don't stand up and call our senators and stop this bill.
I'm actually here to introduce an old friend of mine. She's not old, but she's friends from a long time ago. Her name is Alexandra Paul, and today I'm going to award her with the Ed Begley Jr. Environmental Activist Award.
This award has special meaning to me because it's named after Ed Begley Jr., who's one of my heroes and inspirations. In 1989, when the Exxon Valdez spilled, I realized that I was part of the problem, that one of the reasons that that oil tanker was out there in the first place was to fill my car with gasoline. So I decided to stop complaining, stop blaming, take responsibility for my part, and start being part of the solution. So I called up the man who embodies all of that, which is Ed Begley Jr. And because he'd been driving electric cars for 20 years, he showed me how to find one, and I've been driving them ever since.
Their food is grown with oil, it's shipped with oil, it's sprayed with oil, there's even oil in our soil. So when the cost of oil went up, so did the cost of food. But while big oil made record profits, alternative fuels got really screwed.
The bad news, what you're not seeing on TV, is that the oil from the BP oil spill is still leaking. The dolphins, which you may or may not be aware of, that were dying in the Gulf of Mexico, are still washing ashore. And of course, that cover-up is persisting. I think part of the good news that we're seeing is that in the past 3.5 years, the Obama administration has put more money into green energy than the 10 administrations before them. It's put $28 billion into green energy. $28 billion.
I do exterior fire protection. The system that you get, it's permanently put on your property. It started 19 years ago in Laguna Beach. I sat there on that day and watched 288 homes burn down. Needed to do something.
What's actually in it?
500 gallons of water and 50 pounds of fire ice, which is a powder. Eco-friendly. I eat it.
You do? So this is the actual system that sits on your property, right?
Yes.
What goes in here?
And that'd be the fire ice tank. You mix up 500 gallons in 10 minutes. So spray it on your home, your boat, your LP tank. You cover 13,000 square footage of whatever you want to keep.
But I'll be the last to find for you, walk across that line for you.
Apothecary is my practice that I started to help people really feel vibrant energy and complete total health. we have the potential to feel so great that settling for good is not even worth it.
Now, I was looking over your website, and what caught my eye about the Food Apothecary was the fact that you really enjoy ice cream.
Oh yeah.
And you really enjoy fries.
Yes, I do.
And so do I.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. So how can one actually transition from a diet like that to a more wholesome diet?
Some simple ways to go about transitioning from kind of what I call a junk food vegan diet to a whole foods plant-based diet are to really kind of lean into it. So maybe someone who's not vegan would lean in a little bit by going to a vegan ice cream. Sure, it's still got sugar in it, but at least you're not getting the dairy.
Right.
And then maybe the next step would be to make your own wholesome ice cream at home using maybe cashew nuts and frozen bananas and dates.
Jasmine, if you were stranded on a deserted island and only had one recipe to live with for the rest of your life, one vegan recipe, what would it be?
It would probably be a vegan version of Chinese orange chicken.
Do you make that for people?
I do make that, yes.
All right.
Yes, the healthy way, without sugar. I use fresh orange peel, fresh orange juice, sweeten it a little extra with some dates.
Okay.
And then I cook that until it becomes a little more syrupy. Bake the tofu, no frying in my house. And then we coat that and serve it on top of some lovely steamed brown rice with some green onions just to bring out the flavor a little more. And it's to die for.
Well, I do acupuncture, Chinese herbology. I specialize in women's issue, pain management, as well as I do acupuncture on animal, dogs and cats.
Really?
Bunny, ducks, yes.
Positive results.
Absolutely. Well, you see a dog come in and is limping and cannot jump on the bed for the last 6 months and get acupuncture, and then he comes back and you hear from his owners that he can jump on the bed, which he couldn't before, and he's not limping. He doesn't know about acupuncture, if he's supposed to feel better or not. It works.
So what would you use acupuncture for?
Anything from neck pain, shoulder, carpal tunnel, back, sciatica. It works great for pain management.
Talk to us a little bit about the myths of acupuncture, that it hurts, that it's painful.
It is not painful, and it depends on the practitioner, it depends on the style of acupuncture, and also depends on the needles and the body and individuals. Some people are very sensitive, others are not. Let me just show you a needle, but you can see how soft it is. So in certain parts of the body, you wouldn't even feel that it's going in.
What organization is this?
This is Sukyo Mahikari, Centers for Spiritual Development. We're giving positive light energy that purifies the spiritual aspect, helps raise your level, spiritual level.
Cool. I'm going to receive spiritual purification.
It's time to set aside all divisiveness, call ourselves the 100%, and ask the wealthiest corporate citizens among us to step up and put their patriotism above profits and pay their fair share. I appeal to them to join the rest of us in sacrificing and sharing in the burden that they created and that they profited from. I beseech the debt creators to ask not what this country can do for them, but to ask what they can do for their country at this time.
We can create a better world. We can overcome our flaws.
But if we want to raise the conscious vibration of the planet, it starts with raising the conscious vibration of the human heart.
We all believe that awareness is probably the best way to create change in the world, and that's what World Fest is all about. So hopefully you'll come back. Hopefully you'll check us out on the web, become friends of ours, all that. Stay in touch. Bring all of your friends next year. Let's make this grow and grow and grow. More awareness, reach out to more people. I'm talking to you.